Oh, Lauren, Lauren, queen of the screen. With Botox so tight, you look like a dream. But your skin's so thin, it's like tissue paper. One wrong word and poof, you're a vapor. Hey, Lauren, Lauren, toes all sore and red. From folks stepping on them, now you're crying in bed. People are mean, you wail through the night. But you swing at victims' kin, what a sight. From YouTube throne, Queen Lauren so grand. Now cast to the peasants with pitchforks in hand. You dish out the drama, true crime with flair. But cross your highness, oh beware. Family members grieving, you pounce like a cat. Claws out and hissing, imagine that. Botox can't hide that frown upside down. Your kingdom's crumbling, you're losing your crown. Hey, Lauren, Lauren, toes all sore and red. From folks stepping on them, now you're crying in bed. People are mean, you wail through the night. But you swing at victims' kin, what a sight. From YouTube throne, Queen Lauren so grand. Now cast to the peasants with pitchforks in hand. Once upon a vid, you ruled the true crime wave. Subs in the millions, oh what a rave. But thin skin and sore toes led to your fall. Now you're scrolling comments, ignored by all. Peasant life calls with no royal decree. Just Botox bills and reality TV. Hey, Lauren, Lauren, pack up your crown. The kingdom's evicting, you're heading downtown. Toes still aching, tears on your sheets. But hey, next adventure, true crime on the street. From queen to the fields with the mud and the muck. Lauren, oh Lauren, next time, better luck. Apologize, Lauren, to victims of our...
There comes a moment in every crime where someone recognizes that something isn't right. I don't know. Have I heard this before? Like, where did this come from? This new, improved version of Jules.
Case when someone realizes that something isn't right. That moment happened one Tuesday morning in Wineland Park, Columbus, Ohio, when a dentist who was always on time didn't show up for work. And his wife, who always answers the phone, didn't. Inside their home, police would find Dr. Spencer Tepe and Monique Tepe, both shot, both dead, while their young 2 children were still inside. There was no force.
Lauren is tickled. She has found yet more children to exploit. Yes. This time, her true crime story is one where there's not going to be any grown-ups anywhere to make matters a problem for her. The grown-ups, the parents, have already been wiped out. This time, she's left being able to talk about 2 innocent children who have been horribly traumatized by the murders, the loss of both parents. This is like a complete flip from the previous true crime story that she horribly exploited. You know what I mean? So no, Diane, it's never going to stop. It is never going to stop. And the thing that really struck me when I peeked in on her channel, when I peeked in to see what they were talking about, what they were what they were actually working on. First of all, I noticed orange couch, gone. It's gone. Why do you think it's gone? Because we were all talking about it, right? We were all looking at the orange couch saying, Lauren is still living with gray baby. Dr. John is still saying, go away. You can't come in. You don't live here anymore. Yeah. So she took one of our clues and got rid of it. Just like she lowered her eyebrows. Lauren, we know that you're watching. We understand. We get it. We understand that this is not the plan for your channel, that things have gone terribly wrong with your $1 million income. Okay, we get that. You're watching everything that Hella and Dolly are doing. You're watching everything. You're watching everything that Everyday with Jay is doing. You're watching all the channels. Okay, we know you are, because you leave breadcrumbs like lowering your eyebrows. But don't you understand, Lauren? That's a reflection of what everyone is complaining about, that you're very shallow and self-absorbed, that you have exactly zero ethics. Zero. The word integrity is just one of those words that you'd rather not think about, right? You think that Turtle Boy or someone else making fun of your Golden Arches eyebrows, you literally believe that that's really what they're unhappy about. So what do? You say to yourself, I know what I'll do. I'll go get Botox in a different set of muscles and lower my eyebrows. Then people will love me again. You're like the epitome of, oh, well, I can't get a boyfriend because, my hair is blonde, or I'm 50 pounds overweight or 10 pounds underweight, rather than, the reality is, I'm a meth addict. You focus on the shallow realities instead of the depth, the things that really matter, the things that really give life meaning, like, are you respectful of other people? That's the problem. No one cares about your eyebrows, Lauren. No one even cares about the orange sofa, if you want to know the truth. No one cares. The real problem, Lauren, is that it seems you have no integrity, and that hurts people. One of the reasons that integrity and ethics is so important is because, as people, we have to interact with one another, and we need to treat one another with respect. And so far, you have failed to demonstrate that. With the meltdown of half of the true crime community being horrified at your behavior related to the victims of Lori Daybell and Chad Daybell, you have spent a lot of time watching. You're watching all these conversations. You're paying attention to what people are complaining about. They make fun of my eyebrows. I'll pay for Botox to lower my eyebrows. They're making fun of Grayson's orange sofa. I'm going to get a new sofa. You're even practicing your delivery. You're back to behaving like you did as a beginning news channel personality. You think I'm kidding? Watch this again. Watch how robotic and flat she is. Listen to the sing-song quality of her voice. She practiced this introductory statement. I bet she sat in front of the damn mirror last night 10 hours getting just the right cadence, just the right intonation, that could make her say, I am Annie Elise. You ain't no Annie Elise, girlfriend, because Annie is a human being. Okay? She seems to have empathy for other people. You have imp ability. You're like one of those little trolls running around out in the woods that we call imps. Zero integrity. Listen to how practiced and shallow this opening, are we going to call it a monologue? We might as well. Grayson seems to be gone. John seems to be gone. The little kid doesn't seem like he was ever there. I think Lauren is flying solo, my opinion. And again, she's studying what everybody's saying. She's staying aware to what the complaints are. And she's modifying accordingly because she wants to be beloved again. She really believes you don't love her because of her eyebrows. She honestly believes that you laughed because of the orange sofa. And apparently, she thinks that her viewership has gone down because she has a crappy opening to her videos. She's working real hard to correct all of the surface problems, but we are not getting anywhere close to what the real problems are, Lauren. Y'all listen to this opening. You tell me, is this practiced and polished like an excited new college graduate doing their first feature on local news? Take a listen.
There's a moment in every case when someone realizes that something isn't right.
There's a moment in every case where someone realizes something isn't right. Listen one more time. It's incredible. The diction, how specific she's being. Lauren, you don't get it, honey. I can come out here and go, hey, y'all, how y'all doing? And I can play my foolish, silly little Lauren. I can do all of that unpolished, unscripted, and people just come to the chat to have fun. That's what it's all about. People don't hate you because of your eyebrows. They don't hate you because of Grayson's orange sofa, and they don't care how polished your opening monologue is.
There's a moment in every case when someone realizes that something isn't right. That moment happened one Tuesday morning in Wineland Park, Columbus, Ohio, when a dentist who was always on time didn't
those poor babies, those poor children
show up for work. And his wife, who...
So we have exactly the Lori Daybell, Chad Daybell nightmare in reverse, don't we? It is the two children who are alive. It is the parents that have been murdered. And this little chickadee with her new eyebrows and new sofa, she can't wait to get in there and exploit someone. I'm a little curious. You're going to have to go to Ohio for this one, Lauren. How are you going to find someone to exploit? Because I would guess the kids are probably being protected. So this is a very good reason for all of us to keep an eye on hidden true crime, because Lord only knows what it is, who it is that she's going to find to befriend and manipulate and exploit. Okay? All right. Now then, because this channel is the bitchin', pizza eating, quilting, bomb ass group on YouTube, and we don't want Lauren Matthias to be a part, put a 1 in the chat and say, hell yeah, come on over. Let's do a little quilting. Let's do a little bitching. Let's do a little pizza eating. And Lauren, you're not invited because you have ugly eyebrows. Oh, and because you lack integrity. Now, of course, Hidden True Crime, they are a litigious group over there. We know that to be truth. So I better be prepared with receipts. Anything that you say about the great and glorious Lauren Matthias and her eyebrows better be factual, correct? Because she will sue your ass. She doesn't even care if you've had your family wiped out, destroyed from murder. She will sue you. Isn't that right, Crescia? She will silence you, just like she has silenced Kay Woodcock. She doesn't care. This woman has no humility. She's got some kind of crazy eyebrows. Her eyebrows are very unpredictable. Maybe they're like a meter for her mood. Like, hang on for the ride because you're not really sure where those eyebrows are going to go. And the same is true of her behavior. One thing, though, that has never faltered has been her lack of integrity. That is dependable. And Hella and Dolly, well, they brought some receipts for the community. So let's take a little listen. And mods, will you please put the link to Hella's channel so that everyone can go and see facts? You hidden gems, unlike we audacious gems, we bitchin', pizza eating, quilting gems, we are loud and in your face. But for you timid, hidden gems who may not be so proud of the way you look, go over to Hella's, watch the police body cam, see reality. Is Web Sleuth giving you reality? Is Megan, is she giving you reality, or is she just telling you, don't go listen to reality, just listen to me? Here, us pizza eating, quilting, bitching, do-gooders, we don't want you to listen to us. We don't want to convince you of anything. We just want you to go watch the police body cam. Go see for yourself. Truth is truth. And Hella and Dolly, they brought us a little bit of truth. This is a story about hidden true crime that actually came out in the mainstream media, hidden gems. Main Street Medium. Okay? So listen to this. If you're really a part of the true crime community, if you really value the victims of true crime, then this ought to make your blood boil because it's facts. It's true. It's reality. It was in the news.
The team behind Hidden True Crime, a podcast and YouTube channel, released a statement on Tuesday afternoon about the decision to publish the recording of a call between Alex Murdaugh and his attorney.
Terrible.
True Crime podcast hosts John and Lauren Matthias submitted a Freedom of Information Act request for recordings of jail calls placed by Alex Murdaugh. They said they did not ask for anything exempt from disclosure. As part of the request, the Colleton County Sheriff's Office...
So notice, even making a statement to mainstream media, they're still being whiny, kind of, I didn't do it. I know I am, but what are you? Yeah, I know I am, but what are you? What are you? I didn't do that. I didn't do that. No, I didn't. They literally said, they published this recording, protected jail call from Alex Murdaugh, an inmate, a double murder. okay, who's going through trial, and his attorney of record, the dude sitting at the defense table, right? Okay, Lauren, with the crazy eyebrows, help me out here, sister. Are you making the statement when you say, we did not ask for anything forbidden? When you make that statement to the mainstream media, the real news, not YouTube, the real news, does that mean you're stupid? Does it mean you're not a true crime YouTubeist? What exactly does that mean? I didn't ask for it, but I used it. I didn't want it, but I posted it. I didn't really deserve it, but damn, I made me some money with it. Your denials are very much like listening to a small child, Lauren. It doesn't matter if you asked directly for that recording. That's not the point, is it, Lauren? What's the point? Is the point that your eyebrows look like the McDonald's arches? No, that is not the point. The point is integrity, professional ethics, and it is your words. You are the one that has yelled at people, talked mad crap about people, saying that you're the real journalist. You've been on real TV. You're a real reporter. But all of us, we're not, we're just, sour grapes. Hella, Dolly, they're actually bringing receipts, facts, truth, that, by the way, your husband, a licensed psychologist, forensic psychologist, clinical psychologist, he doesn't seem to be able to file any kind of lawsuit to shut us up. Why? Because what we're saying is the truth. That's why. That's why, Lauren. Because Hella, Excited Utterance, and Dolly are real reporters. They're actually putting out facts. And that's why you haven't attacked them. So the problem is not your eyebrows, and the problem is not that you didn't request the phone call. That's not the issue. And frankly, I'm a little embarrassed for you that somebody has to point this out, but I'll do that. The problem is that people are fallible. They're not evil. Some are, but not most people. They made a mistake. Someone just made a mistake. That's all. Someone didn't click the right box, right? Something went wrong, and some protected information was sent out in a FOIA request. It's just a mistake, Lauren, and you, my dear, have made plenty mistakes. So when you receive that phone call, that protected recording between an attorney and a murder defendant, what do? What is your, oh, so great forensic psychologist husband? What do y'all do? You say, well, we didn't ask for it. They can't come to us. Can we get in trouble? I wonder if we could get in trouble. Tell me something, John Matthias. What exactly would, Kohlberg's model of moral development, what exactly would they say? Or even Gilligan, what would they say about two grown people sitting around saying, well, can we get in trouble? Should we do it? We'll only do it if we can't get in trouble. The bigger question is not, should we do it? Right, Johnny? The bigger question is, can we get in trouble? How old does that make you, John, Matthias, Lauren? If that's the way you are making your professional decisions based on the mentality of, can I get in trouble? Where does that put you exactly on the range of moral development? Oh yeah, about 5 years old. 5, 6, 7-year-old children, they make decisions about breaking the rules according to, well, I wonder if we get caught. Would we get caught? Like what kind of punishment are we going to get? I mean, it's going to be like hella fun to burn down that bridge. But how bad will the punishment be? Like maybe we'll have to go to sleep without dinner. Maybe we'll lose our tablet time. Will we have to go to kid prison? You're literally, John Matthias, making professional decisions. $1 million YouTube channel is making professional decisions of ethics and morality of like a 7-year-old kid. I don't know if I want to be a hidden gem listening to your stories or your wife's stories. To me, I'm a little scared of what you two may actually be capable of. This woman who violates this family that has lost so much, you literally filed a lawsuit against Kresha for copyright court. I know the hidden gems don't believe that because Queen Lauren said it wasn't true. It was absolutely true, hidden gems. They absolutely did sue Kresha in copyright claim court for what? Pictures of their murdered family members. And you hidden gems don't care? Like you legitimately are that guy that says, well, I don't want to quit watching hidden gems, hidden true crime. That's my community. Those are my people. Well, is that how you live your life in real life? If you really, 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 really like your next door neighbor, you go over on the weekends and go swimming in their fancy pool. But then you find out that those people are buying alcohol and booze for the 8th grade class. You're going to keep being their friend because they got a pool and they invite you over? Or you can take a stand. You can take a stand and say, no, I'm not going to be friends with those people. They're getting 8th graders drunk. No, I'm not going to do that. Not going to be a part of that. Not going to put my stamp of approval on it. Not going to do it. Is that who you are? You're that guy that would say, oh man, I love their swimming pool. It is not fair that I have to give up my swim time on the weekend, all because they buy alcohol for a bunch of 8th graders. Man, I got some stupid friends, but what if nobody finds out that they're buying beer and whiskey and vodka for a bunch of 8th graders? What if nobody finds out? Then people won't get mad at me, right? Yeah, I can't really get in trouble. I'm not the one buying it. I'm just giving my seal of approval for the jerks that are buying it. And besides, if nobody ever finds out, no harm, no foul, right? Or are you going to be the guy that stands up and go, no. These people living at this house are getting our 8th grade children drunk every weekend, and I'm not going to be a part of that anymore. Maybe you'll have to reduce yourself to going to the local community pool. But at least you would have integrity and you would stand up for what was morally right. But that's not who the hidden gems are. No. The hidden gems have made it perfectly clear they do not care if Lauren Matthias posts protected phone calls between an attorney and a murder defendant. They don't care if she puts the prosecution in jeopardy by releasing those phone calls. That she may actually trigger a mistrial by releasing those phone calls. Absolute truth. And you know what her excuse was? I didn't ask for them. I didn't request protected phone calls between attorneys and Alec Murdaugh. That's your girl. You hidden gems. You're rocking it, man. You're moving into 2026 unprincipled and stupid. And I hope you feel good about yourself. I really do. Being a little facetious.
Accidentally released a call
That was weird. What happened?
between Murdaugh and his lawyer, Jim Griffin, which is protected by attorney-client privilege. A spokesperson for the sheriff's office said the call was released by inadvertent human error, and after they realized the mistake, they contacted the requester and asked the call not be published.
They did what?
In the statement released...
I'm sorry, Dolly. What did you say? The sheriff's office contacted the team at Hidden True Crime. You know who that is, right? I mean, come on. I fully recognize that Lauren and John are liars. Like, I'm good with that. I am no longer conflicted, wondering if Lauren and John would lower themselves to lie. We got the answer on that, okay? The police, the sheriff's department reaches out to the team. There's no team. There's not producers, directors, editors, lawyers. That's all bullshit. That's all make believe, right? It's all make believe. It's the image that Lauren is projecting. She wants the hidden gems to believe that they're part of an actual team of professionals like Annie Elise has, or even Scott Reich. I know that Scott Reich actually has a team of like podcast producers and directors. He does. And do you want to know how I know this? Because I met two of them at the initial hearing for Barry Morphew in Colorado. I met them. I hung out with them. Okay. So Lauren and John are tricking people into thinking or believing that they are managed by professionals. No. Gray Baby is 24. Bring her home into protected fold so that you can get her healthy again. Because just list Lauren and John is enough to mess me up. I can't even imagine the impact that this has had on her. By their own words, Mommy Graybay, by their own words, John Matthias, a licensed psychologist, John, I don't even want to think about what you did that morning, but I'm gonna. You told a 24-year-old young girl who your wife is highly inappropriate with. The level of enmeshment that has developed between Grayson and Lauren is terrifying, John. And frankly, I'm a little confused why you're not worried about it. But you, in your infinite wisdom, you say to this young 24-year-old, stay with Lauren. She is suicidal. Was that on your license and exam, John? It's just a question. I think the manipulation for Grayson's mommy this is really a confusing environment. And I don't know that I would be comfortable if it was my 24-year-old daughter that was being manipulated, especially during situations related to suicide or suicidal ideation. The fact that we know that Grayson, an executive producer, is also being given babysitting duty, it feels very uncomfortable and exploitative and way beyond what I think an average 24-year-old would be able to maneuver. So the worry or concern that maybe Grayson needs to be protected a little bit from the peculiar dynamics, that might be justification enough to go and collect your child, encourage her to go to college, get a real profession, real training, so that when she goes to work, you're not going to be worried about if she's being mistreated or not. So there's that.
On Twitter, HTC said they received an email requesting the call not be shared after they had posted it on social media. They said they would never knowingly release something exempt from public disclosure. We were not told we did anything wrong. The statement reads, we were not asked to take anything down. Griffin posted.
Okay. So she says, we weren't told that we had to take it down. We weren't told that somehow we were doing something wrong. Hidden gems. I have a question for you. This is your queen, right? This is your ride or die. This is the sword upon which you will fall, correct? Lauren tells everyone, it doesn't matter if it's, the lady that comes into the hotel room to clean, or if it is law enforcement officers, or if it is, you. She tells everyone, waiters in a restaurant, bartenders in a bar. She tells everyone, I am Lauren Matthias. I was on television. I was in the real news. I am married to, one word, my husband's a licensed psychologist, forensic psychologist, criminal psychologist, clinical psychologist. She tells everyone that little diatribe, everyone. So hidden gems, question. Wouldn't you expect that a preeminent true crime reporter who had been on real TV, not just a YouTubeist, but a real journalist, don't you think she would know that a phone call between an inmate, a defendant in a murder or double murder case, and his attorney, that would be protected information? Don't you think she ought to know that? Question to the side chat. I'm curious. How many of you would know that if there's a recording, a jailhouse recording between Alec Murdaugh and the attorney that is showing up on television every day defending him against double murder, How many of you guys would know there had been a mistake made by the sheriff's department? Like as soon as you heard it, you would have stopped and said, oh my gosh, look, someone made a terrible mistake. If you would have reckoned that, if you would have recognized that there was a mistake made, put a 1. If you don't think there was any mistake made and that they wanted Lauren to have that recording, put a 2. Y'all watch the numbers in the chat. No 2s, hidden gems. Hidden gems. Web sleuths, detectives. You notice this? It's all 1s, guys. Why? Especially you, Trisha of Web Sleuths. Do you know that a recorded jailhouse phone call between Alec Murdaugh and Jim Griffith, the lawyer that is on television defending his vile ass, if you get that recording, Trisha, are you going to listen to it and go, oh my God, somebody made a mistake. There's been a terrible mistake made. I'm not supposed to have this. What do you think, Trisha? Problem, right? Big problem. What does your queen do and say? Well, she lies to mainstream media. And she says, I never requested them. Like, what does that have to do with the price of eggs in China? Ren. And number 2, most importantly, you say, well, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything. What? Of course you did. You exploited the shit out of somebody else's mistake, didn't you? But that's commonplace for Lauren. This is not an unusual event. This is now an established pattern of behavior for Lauren and John. That if there is an opportunity to act out in a way that is gross and disgusting, that's what they choose to do. And maybe that's because mentally their moral development is sitting somewhere around 7 years old. And what that means is when they're considering doing something that is wrong, ethically and morally, their guiding light, their lodestar is to ask the question, well, how much trouble could we really get into? If they decide that they can't really get into very much trouble, then they're going to post that reporting without a second thought. They're just going to sit and watch to see how much money they make off of somebody else's mistake. But if someone says, well, you could go to jail, you could actually spend time in jail if you post that phone call, then they say, oh, well, we don't want to go to jail. We better just put this on Patreon and charge them more money to watch it. Isn't that right, John? Ha, 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 ha. When I tell y'all this is disgusting behavior, I'm not kidding. It's verifiably disgusting behavior.
On Twitter after the call was shared saying he was mad as hell and not going to take it anymore. A video with the call has been removed from HTC's TikTok due to a high volume of reports, but it remains.
We were told we did nothing wrong. The hidden true crime team. Well, the team is the millionaires, Lauren and John, and their little house slave, Grayson. That's the team. That's the extent of the team. The hidden true crime team said, well, we didn't know we were doing wrong. We had no idea that we were doing anything wrong. Who believes that? Look, hidden gems. You can't have it both ways, okay? You really can't. It's going to have to be one or the other. Either Lauren is your true crime queen. She's your ride or die. She is the end all, be all, knows all of true crime. Or she's stupid. She posted it, people. Your true crime queen posted it. So what is it? Either she knows that a phone call between an attorney and his client is protected communication, or she didn't. You can't have it both ways. If she did not know that, then she is not your true crime queen. She's just your head exploiter. She's the person stealing your money. She's your manipulator.
That is hell and not going to take it anymore. A video with the call has been removed from HTC's TikTok due to a high volume of reports, but it remains on other social media platforms.
Yeah. So, okay, we've also got you can see that the where is that? Is that on Twitter? I think it is.
Yes.
Yeah, here we go. Statement on Twitter. Oops.
For someone who covers court cases, they do know they are privileged. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they know. Yeah. So there's a statement.
All right. HTC submitted a public records request in Colleton County, like other media outlets have done in the Alex Murdaugh case. We requested jail call recordings, a fairly typical request. At no point did we request recordings exempt from disclosure, and we rely on the personnel who handle and fill records requests to properly release records per their local regulations and laws. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
We assume multiple steps are in place to process and fulfill records requests. Yes, this is what an accident is, Princess.
Yes.
And that it should involve...
This is the whole point of the video today, right? Is that a mistake was made, because sometimes people make mistakes, right? No one is perfect, and in truth, no one is expected to be perfect, not even Lauren and John. The problem, though, comes when there is an established pattern of behavior. That's where the problem comes into play, correct? And we're now, thanks to Hella, Excited Utterance, and Dolly, it's now no longer a question as to whether or not a mistake is being made when it comes to Lauren and John. They've lost, what do I call it? They've lost the right to grace. There's too many examples. There's too many moments where they choose to do the wrong thing. They just literally do the wrong thing. And never forget the Patreon clip where they're laughing about Christina. And they say, okay, if you want the private text, you're going to have to pay more money and go up to a higher tier. And then they melt down laughing their asses off. To whom who are they laughing at?
At least more than one person.
Who are
this
they
may have been a
laughing
mistake on Colleton County's part. And the recording was not supposed to be released. Or it may have been released purposefully, but we did not ask for any inappropriate records. Oh my God. Yeah.
It doesn't matter, Lauren.
Very good at playing dumb. Yeah, exactly.
Playing dumb, or she
yeah, and it was
dumb?
Probably Becky, but still.
Actually,
Actually,
they We rely on local agencies to perform due diligence in processing these
Oh,
requests because they are the ones who have more information than us. How are we to know that a attorney-client call is privileged?
oh no, you just no, you'd never do that,
Incredible.
right?
I'm just a humble YouTuber. They are the ones that would know if a specific recording is exempt or should be exempt from disclosure. Yeah. We believe that Colton County had accurately vetted our request. Yeah. HTC would never knowingly release something that we knew was exempt from public disclosure. We believe
Oh.
our track record speaks for itself.
Haha.
Right there.
Oh, please. All right. And let's just very quickly listen to what Jim Griffin had to say, because he was pissed.
He should have been.
He was absolutely, and fair enough too. No matter what you think of Jim Griffin, right? Like, no matter what you think of him, I absolutely give it to him that he was pissed about this.
We
fair
have
enough
to
too.
follow
About this
the
week,
rules.
what happened? There was some telephone conversations that happened between you and Alec during the trial, and those were released, I believe, on a podcast. It seems crazy that this happened. Jim, tell us.
Yeah, so I got an email Saturday morning. Today's Thursday, so I don't, this past
Crazy.
Saturday morning when I woke up at 6:30 from some citizen saying, "Hey, Mr. Griffin, you need to know this is on TikTok. It's a recorded call from you and Alec." And so I played it, and sure enough, it was my voice. It was a recorded call, and I was, and it was a short conversation. It was about the fifth time Alec had called me that night. I remembered it very well, and I was coming down with a cold, and I was needing to go to bed, and I was trying to get off the phone. So we really weren't talking. Although he was referencing something that had happened in court, and he was wanting to reassure me that I was that he thought I did a great job, but he thought something else needed to be emphasized a little further. And I was very alarmed that happened. So I immediately Saturday morning sent an email to the captain over the jail, who I'd gotten to know because we visited with Alec a lot, and they were very helpful and accommodating. And so I forwarded that to her, and I said, "Please tell me what has happened here. I need to know how many of my calls have been released, what are they, and why they were released." And to this day, I've not gotten a response, to be honest with you. I know Sheriff Hill issued a statement to Fox News, I think, or at least I read it on Fox News, that it was human error, which I understand human error, and that it was only an isolated incident. But the podcast folks said it was 28 recordings, and so that alarms me. And I haven't haven't gotten answers yet. I want answers, and I really want to answer the question as to who was listening to my phone calls and why were they being recorded. Now, I know they're recorded from place, but it's usually pretty automated. It's off-site, and the lawyer's number is off limits unless they.
So, unfortunately, Jim, the people that we know listened to those phone calls was the queen of true crime, Lauren Matthias. Oh, and her licensed psychologist in Nevada and YouTube, forensic psychologist, no doubt, no less. And they did not know that it would be wrong to listen to the calls, and even worse, post them online for their financial benefit. At this point, people, I'm feeling like Lauren and John don't know what the hell they're doing, or they are the most dishonest people on YouTube. How else do you explain it? I'm not trying to be petty or shallow. I'm legitimately worried about the people that they exploit. Legitimately worried about the people that they are exploiting. And like I showed at the beginning of this video, Now she does a video today about two little kids whose mom and dad were murdered right in front of them. So who will she find in Ohio to invade their life? And if I share this, hold on just a minute, let me get it back up, because I was going to show another clip and they've obviously struck it. It's down. So, you know what, Lauren? You suck, man. You are the worst, chick. You are the worst. Hold on. Let me show you this, okay? This burns me up. I'm just disgusted by this. And, you know, the reality is if Trisha was who she pretends to be, she would be really disgusted by this as well. Why is it not showing up? Hold on. Why are you not showing up? There we go. It's there. Okay. Remember Cresha and Kay and Awen Reese and Larry and Colby. Remember that whole debacle, because that is what fired everybody up, right? It was so the exploitive nature of Lauren and John being a licensed forensic psychologist, no less. They are exploiting these families to a level that those of us that talk about true crime, we were horrified. Okay. She literally, okay, Lauren, I'm sorry, Cresha had a video playing pictures of her family. There was no audio being played. Cresha and Kay and Awen are talking about these pictures. They're talking about the trial. They're talking about how painful the whole process was, how uncomfortable and difficult and challenging that it was. And these photographs of their family members, Lauren Matthias, Lauren, the pictures you stole off Facebook, John Matthias, those pictures. She, first of all, struck Cresha, which took the video down for a period of time, where then Cresha has to respond and say, no, those are our pictures. We've got fair use, right? There's a lot of reasons why they can use those pictures. But she strikes them. That takes the video down. And then when Cresha countered and said, no, I do have a right to those damn pictures, they're my family, then Lauren pays the money to file in copyright claim court. Hidden gems. Lauren Matthias, your queen, is a liar of the highest order. And not only is she a liar, a woman who will lie to the mainstream media, a woman who will put up recorded calls between a double murder defendant and his active attorney of record. That woman who said, we didn't know that it was wrong. We didn't know. We didn't ask for it. She, in fact, 100% did sue Cresha, pay the money, take her to copyright claim court. But she can't admit that to you guys. Trisha, Megan, you want to know why she can't admit it? Let me tell you why she can't admit it. She can't admit it because the copyright court threw it out. That's why. That's the reason why. Because they looked at it, they were like, look, crazy bitch. She didn't know how to fill out my paperwork. I don't think she can read. Lauren Matthias, can you read? Do you read, Lauren? Do you have the ability to read the English language? That is why it was thrown out, because you didn't fill it out properly. The reason you didn't fill it out properly is because you're a big fat liar, Lauren, with ugly eyebrows. And you rent your clothes, which makes you fiscally irresponsible, chickadee. All right, now then. Man, they're so lame. You want to know something, Lauren? You are lame, girl. We're going to call you lame, Lauren. Lame. You're as lame as an old broke down horse that's been working the farm for 30 years. Lame. Loser. That's you, Lauren. I didn't know that it was wrong. Call me queen of true crime. I didn't know I couldn't post it. You're a mess. And those people that subscribe to you, the hidden gems, they're a mess too, because they have been looking at wall-to-wall proof coming out of Excited Utterance's channel, and they're all sitting around going, oh my gosh, we don't want to lose our queen. I'm a little freaked out because I just sounded like a Disney princess. It was kind of weird. Okay, gonna move on past that with no trauma. All right. The photographs for Lauren's new victims, okay? This mother and father that were brutally killed in their home with their two babies there, who were then left abandoned because the parents were gone and nobody knew they were in the house alone, right? It's a horrifying story, horrifying. Not going to cover it on my channel, no siree, because those are little kids who are going to continue to grow, Lauren. They're going to become teenagers, Lauren, and they're going to Google to find out what happened to their mom and dad, and they're going to run across your ignorant dumbass. And they're going to be re-traumatized again because of the kind of coverage you engage in. Look at all the photographs that Lauren, look at all the photographs that she was able to rip off of Facebook. Let me quiet her reporting. Let's look at the pictures that she stole from these two young kids by going into Facebook and taking photographs that she has no right to. They're not yours, Lauren. You shouldn't have access to this information because you are irresponsible and you're ugly. Your eyebrows are ugly. Sorry, but they are. And you rent your clothes. You're fiscally irresponsible. This, you have no right to these pictures. You're doing to these two little kids exactly what you did to Crescia and Kay. You're stealing pictures off of this family's Facebook account. You disgust me. You sit on a throne of lies, Lauren Matthias. And you know what, John? You know better. I know that you know better. You never would have been able to pass your licensing exam if you didn't know your ethics code. That's the truth. So I'm not going to just sit here and play all these photographs. She didn't even care about a marriage being holy. She just wants to tell her story. So what is going on in this video? Let me tell you. She has gone into their Facebook and she has stolen the history of these two little kids, right? Hold on just a second. But listen to what's going on in the background. Man, I don't know how the hidden gems, I don't know how they're watching all of this and still saying, Lauren, she's our man. If she can't do it, John can. I don't know how you guys are doing it. like you people have a backbone of cream cheese. That's all I can say. Listen to what's going on in the background while she's showing. Look how many pictures that I've let be seen. Boom, boom, whoops, right there. I don't want to show all of them because then I'm just exactly like her, right? But listen, look at the bottom of the screen. Look how many photographs she stole of this family. All of it, the home. She's showing the home. There's 2 little kids alive that are going to develop curiosity in the next 10 years, and they're going to find this heifer's channel, these videos with the photographs of their family history. And Lauren just says, well, it's on Facebook, it's public, I can use it any way I want to. And Lauren never stops to say, well, just because I can, it doesn't really mean I should, right? Tell me, what do you hear in the background?
He attended Ohio State University, earning a Bachelor of Science in Biology while also
Lauren, you have her. It's not okay for you to steal their family history because you're stealing from those 2 little kids that are still alive. That's who you're stealing from, Lauren. That's who you're stealing from. You're not stealing from Charles Vallow's sister, his niece, Colby, his son. No, this time, Lauren, you're stealing the family history of 2 little kids and all that they now have left of their mom and dad. That's who you're exploiting. And you sat there on that video talking about crap that had nothing to do with the crime that you're covering. You're literally reading this man's resume, Lauren. You took the murdered doctor, the dentist, and you read out loud his vita, his training, his background and history with all of the family photographs playing. Why? Why would you do that? What does that have to do with the fact that someone came in and destroyed the lives of these 2 little kids? But this is your queen, Hidden Gems. She plagiarizes. She lacks any level of imagination. She couldn't even come up with what she was going to call her membership. She stole it from this channel. We are Jewels and the Original Gems. My membership levels are Tanzanite, what is it? Tanzanite Team, Amethyst Alliance, the Diamonds. This is the original channel that your foolish, unprincipled, immoral leader stole from. And you guys don't care. You don't care how foolish you look. You don't care. There's nothing about Lauren Matthias that at this point will ever learn. My proof is this. Oops, wrong video, sorry. Let me put up my proof that she will never change what she's doing. She will continue to hurt people and exploit people. She doesn't care that she has caused so much pain and suffering. She doesn't care, and she's going to keep going. This is my proof. Her eyebrows. Her eyebrows prove she'll never, ever, ever change. She legitimately believes that the reason that people are going to Excited Utterance, listening to Everyday with Jay, going to Jolene Lunzer's channel, she literally believes that it was about the height of her eyebrows. There is no substance in there, y'all. Down deep where principles and morality lives, not there. It's nothing there. It's nothing there. She measures her life by the dollars in her bank account and the number of subscribers on her channel. That's it. Nothing more. I can't even see evidence where she even prioritizes time with her son to a point that anybody would say, oh yeah, she's totally dedicated to her son. You can tell by what? She's at Grayson's house all the time, or she's at a trial acting like a little kid. Oh, look, there's Holman. What? Holman? What? Is there a story there, Lauren, you want to share with the people? You've chosen new victims, Lauren. This time it's 2 little kids, and you don't care that you stole those 2 kids' family history. You don't care. You don't care at all that in 10 years, they're going to get online and they're going to type in mom and dad's name and they're going to run across your video and this nonsense right here. Watch, this is what she thinks the problem is. The delivery of her opening monologue is the problem. That's why nobody likes her. Her eyebrows, that's why nobody likes her. The orange sofa, that was the reason why. No, Lauren, it's none of that. The reason why is you don't have any idea that you're hurting people.
There's a moment in every case when someone realizes that something isn't right.
And we now know that, Lauren. We, the true crime community, we have realized something isn't right. When we open up a website, a mainstream media, hard news website, and we see an article where Jim Griffin has been interviewed, and you say, well, we didn't ask for the video. We didn't know it was wrong to list the video. And so we took it down and we put it behind our Patreon paywall. You don't need to be anywhere close to these 2 kids and the nightmare that their 2 parents had to go through. You need to abandon the story, hands off. You know, here's a suggestion, Lauren. When you're looking for a new story to slither into, why don't you try to find like an arrest related to a mobster, someone who is as out of touch and seedy and low integrity so that you cannot hurt them. Please stay away from stories related to children at all cost. Please, because every time you exploit someone, we're going to do a video about it. Turtle Boy is going to do a video about it. Hella Excited Utterance, she bringing receipts. She's bringing the facts. Every Day with Jolene Lunzer, these women are smart and they are funny and they are driving home an important message. I don't have their skills. I don't know all the proper podcasting tools. I don't have all that. But here's what I do have, John Matthias. I have education, don't I? I know what is being done wrong and what is not being done wrong. And you have burned your ethics code to the ground, buddy. All right. We are going to, what did Trisha do? Wait, that's also, Trisha's last name is actually Griffith. Oops. I don't have any idea if it is the same person, family. I don't think so, though. Griffith is a pretty, that's pretty like common name, right? Keep her name out of your mouth. Whose name? Ooh. Oh, yeah. And that's the other thing that I hope for, Lauren. I do hope that Christina is going to sue you for slander and defamation. You hurt her real business. Her real business that has nothing to do with like true crime. You exploited her too, didn't you? She is an artist. She is so talented, in fact, that she makes a living from her art, and you exploited her. You basically stole money from Christina by not paying for her professional skill. You're a bad person, Lauren. I don't feel guilty saying that. Why? Because there is an established pattern of behavior. You make your decisions based on whether or not you think you're going to get in trouble. That, like a 7-year-old, you ought to be embarrassed. At this point, Lauren, the fact that you really believe that the height of your eyebrows has anything to do with this situation shows just how out of touch you are. Truly, truly. Leave this young family, these 2 surviving children, leave them alone. Never report on them again. You stole their photographs, just like you stole the photographs of JJ and Charles. You stole from the family of Charles and Tammy Daybell. Don't do it to this family. Leave them alone. Leave them in peace. She rents her clothes. And I did some digging. Hold on just a minute and let me see if I can find it. Yeah, right here. Sorry about the birds. They're very annoying. They're going to be quiet in just a minute. If you'll just hang on for a second. Let's see. Right here. Okay, there is actually, and I'm going to assume there must be like other companies that do this. Although I've never heard of this renting your clothes. Okay, obviously I'm not a part of the upper crust. Maybe this is what all the up and coming millionaires do, is rent their clothes. But here's what I know. Clothes are an investment. They are. If you are a working woman, clothes can be incredibly expensive, all right, like a lot. So most women that I know, yeah, they may buy 1 or 2 pieces a month or every other month or something. And those clothes don't really get worn anywhere else except just to work. And they kind of get babied along because they were very expensive, right? So you have your clothes that you wear to work, but then you have your other clothes that are comfortable or that you wear around on the weekend or whatever, right? You're careful. So if you buy a lot of clothes, maybe you're buying Ralph Lauren or Donna Karan, like there's a lot of great clothes. Talbot's has got really great work clothes for professional women. But I've never seen this renting clothes. I've never heard anybody talk about it before. So here's one company. It's called Rent the Runway. Have y'all seen this? It's kind of wild. I have no problem with the clothes rental. I actually think it's a good idea. And I've known a lot of people that you excused. That's your one pass, Lauren. Okay, look, I love you, Kylie. Thank you. She was too distraught to even get off of the bed, so she kept snotting up the duvet. I was so grossed out. I was like, lady, you're literally wiping snot on the bedspread. Do you not think that other people are going to come into that room? And no, you cannot always count on the hotel to switch out bedspreads. Do you know why they put the strip at the foot of the bed? That's so they don't have to change out the bedspread. They put that strip at the bottom for where you would put your feet, like if you still had your shoes on, then the bedspread doesn't get soiled. So it's just to save on water. So you're not washing them all the time. And it grosses me out. Okay. I got a problem with hotel rooms, even nice hotel rooms. I'm always kind of weirded out, like, oh my God, who's been in here? And I always pull back and I look at the sheets. And if they don't look clean, I'm going to call and say, please come and change the sheets before me and my kids have to sleep tonight. So I'm weirded out. And when she wiped her snot on that bedspread, that duvet, I was just, it was horrible. It was awful. Okay. For me, because I've kind of got a weird thing about it anyway. All right. So this never use hotel bedspreads. Blonde, I'm with you, girl. I'm telling you, I pull it right down off. Nope. Because I know one of the ways that I know this is so when I was living in Egypt, I had a good friend, very wealthy, and they owned like these golf resorts on the Red Sea. Okay. And she was telling me all about the process. And the bedspreads, no, they don't get washed. They don't. I'm sorry to tell you, but they don't. And your sheets, if they come in and they make the bed up, if somebody only stays one night, very often they won't even change out the sheets. It's all about the cost of water. That's what it's all about. So please check your hotel sheets before you get in bed. I promise you, look and see if you see like a hair or something like that. I promise. Okay, now let's move past that, all that grossness and the fact that Lauren Matthias is snotting up the bedroom, okay, in a ritzy hotel, nonetheless. I wanted to show these clothes. Let's see. It is called Rent the Runway. There we go. Rent the Runway. And they're running a special right now. If you want to be just like Lauren, they're running a special where you get your first month for $114. You get 10 items. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, okay, this is a special that they're running, right? They're running a special $115 a month. I'm sure there's tax, right? Maybe shipping, maybe. So let's just say $120 for the bill. That's a special. That's a 1 month special. After that 1 month, then it goes up, right? But even if it was $120 a month, no matter what, right? That was just the price. That is a lot of money after 12 months. We're talking about $1,500. It's a lot of money, y'all. Well, I mean, it is for me. Maybe everybody's a millionaire like Lauren, but I'm not a millionaire. No. $1,500 and I only got 10 items? No. Oh, no. No. I'm not getting, no. So you can't buy or rent class. Well said, Paul. Okay. So I'm looking at this and I'm going, wait a minute. I'm going to have 10 items, I guess, for a week. I guess you can like switch out those items every week, right? 10 items, that means you can wear 2 things a day, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So you're basically getting an outfit like every day for the work week. Then you've got to send them back and get your new items. So how long does it take for that to come in? So in essence, maybe you only have clothes for 2 or 3 days a week if you're trying to switch them out. Or you're stuck with 2 items a day, 10 items for several weeks. So I was thinking, this seems like a really poor fiscal decision, right? So I started looking at the clothes that were available. These are the new arrivals, okay? Now, this cashmere collared cardigan, cashmere being not cashmere, okay? Well, for $115, I could buy my own cashmere sweater and be able to wear it as long as I wanted to, right? Usually they're around $275, but you know, October and November, there's a lot of like sales of cashmere for gifts and stuff, and so you can get a little cardigan for $100 easy. So I'm just looking through at the clothes, and you know, they're not bad. I don't have a problem with I wouldn't wear this little sassy little skirt. I love the yellow cashmere. That is gorgeous. The little collar on it. I've got a red, white, and blue sweater that's like that. Yeah, I would definitely purchase the yellow sweater. Nadam. Okay. So these are Stella Nova, Veronica Beard, Hudson. I think I saw there's a lot of Hudson on here, which is not really too bright. Ralph Lauren. Here's a formal gown. Ralph Lauren. Black halos. Very nice. So, yeah, I mean, oh, here's an Ellen Tracy. Ellen Tracy's good. Luxley. Nah. Silk Laundry. That's not bad. I don't know, y'all. I'm not convinced. Look, here's a Michael Kors faux leather pleated skirt. Lauren, for $100, go buy you a damn Michael Kors faux skirt and it be yours forever. Why are you Lauren, at the end of 12 months, you will have given this company $1,500 and you won't have anything to show for it. Why would you do that? I don't know. I don't think this is a good idea. For me, I don't think it's good for me. No, I just look, here's a Michael Kors blazer, $298. Save your money, buy the damn blazer 2 months, make an investment in your business wardrobe, and then it's yours forever. And, you know, in case you didn't know, Michael Kors is going to be in fashion forever because it's a classic look. He's very tailored, classic look. Yeah, I don't know, y'all. This is so wasteful. It's so wasteful and there's no purpose for it. And as I said, she'll have a $1,500 tax deduction. I don't know, but I'm going to tell you, every single professional woman that I know, they have a business wardrobe. You know, you're going to, if you find a really, really great jacket, blazer, or whatever, maybe it's $500, but I'm going to tell you something. A $500 blazer is not going to fall off the hanger like Walmart will. Okay. Now I own plenty of Walmart. Don't get me wrong, but I have a closet and the things that are in that closet are just for work. They're clothes that in 20 years will look as new and perfect as they do today. And they're an investment. I buy them one time and then I have them forever, right? This is foolish. Maybe it is the mark of someone. How do I say this? Maybe this is a sign of someone who came into fast money and they don't really understand the value of a dollar, how hard it is to make that dollar, to dedicate and devote years to education, years to building up experience. Maybe they don't understand how much $100 is literally worth. Like it'll save you. $100 could be the difference between you and disaster. You know what I mean? Yeah. So from my observations, women who mess with their face a lot end up looking worse when they age. I saw something so funny. It was on Twitter, and I had looked up Lauren Matthias, just kind of looking to see if there was anything new. And there was this woman being interviewed on TV, and legit, when you look at it, you think it's Lauren. Like when you look at it, you're like, oh, I hadn't seen that. But then when you actually like make it bigger and look at it, it's not Lauren at all. It's not Lauren at all. But it's someone who has had exactly the same kind of plastic surgery that she has. So they look the same. These two women, Lauren and this other woman, they look alike. It's kind of weird. It's kind of freaky. All right. Well, when you have disposable income, yeah, clearly I don't, Jen. Clearly I'm having to work enough that I want to have a business wardrobe that is then mine, and I don't have to pay someone to rent new work clothes. No. No. Lauren is not Annie Elise. No. But she's kind of scary. She's trying to look like Annie. Do you think that's, maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't know. What do y'all think? Do you think she's sort of modeled herself after Annie? Maybe a little. Yeah. Maybe that'll be the next video that I do. Okay. All right. So I don't know. For me, it's a no-go. No renting clothes. I took a look, right? I peeked at it and I thought maybe I'm the foolish one. Maybe I don't know. Maybe there's a better way to do my business wardrobe. No. Besides, I have things that I really love in my closet. Like I have some clothes that I have this skirt. It's a Talbot's skirt. It is like hot pink, like silk taffeta. Amazing. Okay. Well, so I've been on a weight loss journey. Okay. So I've been trying to lose some weight, and I was just mortified at Christmas when I went to put on my very cute hot pink silk skirt, and I couldn't wear it. It was falling off. It was literally falling off. And I was like, oh no. This is my favorite, maybe the most favorite piece of clothing I have ever bought in my life. Enough that I would be willing to gain weight just so I could wear it again. Okay. Anyway, so I was heartbroken that I could not wear it. I'm telling you, when I say falling off, I'm not kidding. And so I was like, yeah, this is not fun. Like, this makes me very sad. You know what I did? That's right. I ordered another one exactly like it, but much smaller. So now I have my beloved skirt, and I'm thinking I'm going to be maybe eBaying the other skirt because I only wore it once. So I may put it up on eBay. I don't know yet. Maybe I'll try to go to alterations and see if I don't think they can take it up though, because it's tailored, right? The way it's made, I think they might be able to take it up, but nevertheless, I still love the pink. And I was like, no, damn it. I deserve my pink silk skirt. I'm just going to order a smaller size. So that's what I actually did. Yeah, I'm going to agree, Deborah. Lauren, look, let's be honest here, Deborah. Some of the stuff she wears is a little creepy, right? The tie-dyed pajamas is a little weird. I don't know. It's a little weird. But she does have other things that she's worn that are very nice. One case in point, I do actually love the sweater that she's wearing today. I did, or when I say today, the video I showed today. Yeah, I think it's great. It's very cute. Don't have a problem with it. But I just found it in terms of my own calculus. No, I don't want to pay somebody $1,500 a year and I don't have anything to show for it. No, it's just wasteful. It's just wasteful. I will not lease a car. Never. You know why? Because you don't have anything. At the end of the lease, you've paid out tens of thousands of dollars, and guess what? You got to give the car back. So no, I want to buy a car. I want to pay it off, and then I have a car that is worth something, right? So yeah, I don't know. I just never, anytime I hear that word lease, I just like cringe and think, oh my gosh, you're tricking people to take their money. Don't do that. People don't lease your clothes. Just be methodical, work with intent, be mindful, and buy things that you're really focused on, that you will really love, even if they're expensive, and then build your professional wardrobe, something that will be exactly your style, and you're going to own it. And one day you won't have to buy anything at all. All right. Okay. The cat lady, I had the most beautiful clothes until I was put on a medication that made me gain weight quickly. I had to give everything away. Even my feet grew 2 sizes, and I've kept 2 pairs of shoes. I understand about the weight gain and the medications and all of that. It's heartbreaking. I know exactly what you mean, which is why sometimes I put some clothing up on eBay, because some of the stuff is like some of my cardigans and stuff were kind of pricey when I bought them. Hey, Dr. Vonda, great to see you. Yeah, Lauren Matthias is pretty angry at me. What'd you do, Dr. Vonda? Spilled the beans, girl. What did Dr. Vonda do? She does not have a right to be mad at you. You are the great Dr. Vonda, and I love you. All right. Lauren said in one of her private Facebook messages, I'm glad you turned John in. Well, please take note here. It's not a choice whether you make a report on someone who has absolutely broken their ethics code. Please. Okay. I feel like I need to take a moment and comment on this. It's super important. Licensed professionals, whether it is electricians, whether it is a doctor, nurses, whatever. The reason that some professions require a license is to protect the public. Lauren Matthias, what part of that don't you understand? There are some professions where the public needs to be protected from unscrupulous providers. Okay? So it's actually in our ethics code. If you run across a psychologist who might be hurting people, you don't get a choice whether you alert the board. It's a requirement for the safety of the public. Isn't that right, Dr. Vonda? Yeah, he's licensed in Utah and Nevada. Yep. A fake account of Annie Cushing. Oh, okay. Lauren, guess what? There's eyes everywhere, Lauren. Annie Cushing. So anyone who has a negative statement toward you, you think is Annie, please stop, Lauren. That's so weak. Lauren. Okay. John has lied about his credentials and work history, and the cases we found have scathing rebukes of his work. He is licensed. That is, well, at least he is licensed until December of 2026. Yeah. Hey, Kalisa, how are you? Throwaway Society. Oh my God. And Vicky Carpenter, that's the other part of it, right? when you look at the video of all of the trash, the clothing that has gathered at the bottom of the globe, that it's horrifying, the amount of clothing that we have discarded on this planet. No, I don't want to rent clothes. I want to buy a few pieces that are really good and take good care of them. That's what I want to do. I don't want to trash up the country by having my things put in a landfill. No, I don't want to do that. I want to be very methodical and very careful about what it is that I throw away, because it doesn't magically disappear, Lauren, just because you can't see it, honey. It's still out there some way. It's somewhere, and it may end up in a landfill, which is bad, Lauren. It's very, very bad. If you don't believe me, travel to Egypt and go to a place that's literally named Trash City. You won't believe your eyes, Lauren. And that is what's happening to the rest of our world. It's just here in the United States, we do a really good job of hiding it. No. Don't look at all the trash you're generating. Don't look at all that you're throwing away, and we don't have any way of disposing of it because it's plastic clothing you're wearing. Lauren, stop your foolishness. Nasty. Bad. All right. Number 1, first and foremost, do no harm. That is it. I actually have a sign in my office that says do no harm. He offered analysis of people online without their permission, and his response video was subjective and used his credentials in support of his blog. Cat Blue, I'm so sick of, oh, my husband is a licensed psychologist, forensic psychologist, clinical psychologist, criminal psychologist. No, your husband is John. That's it, lady. You don't need to say all that other stuff. I don't even think you like the man, much less love him. You married his credentials. That's what you married. You wanted to say, I'm so special that I married a licensed psychologist. Do you know just because he is licensed, it doesn't make you smart? Just because you repeat the sentence he just completed, it doesn't make you educated, right? And yet your hidden gems, they don't seem to understand. John is arbitrarily diagnosing people on their podcast. He's never met them. He would have information on their history. All right. So, Pimp John. Yeah, of course, Lauren is Mormon. She was so excited to tell John DeLynn about how her family was in northern Mexico with the Romney clan, polygamy. You really got excited about polygamy, Lauren. You really did. It was embarrassing. I felt embarrassed for you, Lauren. All right. Listen, you guys are awesome and amazing. And thank you so much for being here and listening. And is it Hella Excited Utterance is about to go live? Or who's going live? Was it Everyday with Jay or Excited Utterance? Someone help me, because I don't have a team working with me. It's just me and my cat. That's it. You want to know who Allegedly Innocent is? The great podcast, Allegedly Innocent. Here we are. We're it, people. No executive producers, no babysitters, no script writers, no, none. Just me and Nubbin, the tailless cat. Okay. Somebody tell me who? Lauren played game. Let's see. Hella's live is a members only. Yeah, but that's okay. You can still listen to it. Okay. So Hella will be live in 1 hour. Every Day with Jay. Is she live? Is Jay going live? Steph sells stuff by the seashore. Buy used items from me. Steph, yeah, I try really hard to do used, like baking dishes and stuff. Yeah, I go and look for, like Fire King or Pyrex. Yeah, that's me all the way, baby. Jay is going live at 5. Very nice. Thank you. sit a bounce and switch. As far as I know, there's no such thing as a criminal psychologist. There's not. And I can tell you this, and Dr. Vondo would back me up. There is not, there's no such thing as a licensed clinical psychologist. Did y'all know that? Legally, the proper nomenclature is licensed psychologist. You're a licensed psychologist, aren't you, John? Or I don't know, John, maybe you don't know this somehow. No, you're a licensed psychologist. Boom. Now, if you specialize in evaluations for the court, then you're practicing forensic psychology. I do clinical psychology. I work with people directly for health reasons, right? But their health, not mine. So clinical psychologist, abnormal psych, sometimes it is like, maybe they were in a car accident, maybe they got a bad burn, maybe they've had a stroke and they're trying to learn to speak again. Like there's a lot of reasons. Yeah, that's what I do. Diagnose, autism clinic, things like that. So did you see how surprised John DeLynn was when Lauren said that John was in St. George at the same time as Jody Hildebrandt? I actually saw John DeLynn look and sound a little shocked multiple times. He did not believe Lauren's story about the bread lines, the mafia bread lines, the blind father on the bicycle. They didn't believe that. They were laughing at her. I believe that in my soul. It's my opinion, okay? But they thought it was absurd, just like we thought it was absurd. Yeah, I think John DeLynn is a good guy. I really do. I think he's probably an ethical man, right? A man of integrity. But Trisha, you need to work a little bit on the ethics thing, okay, honey? You can do it. I got faith in you. You were on Geraldo once upon a time. Come on, Trisha. I want to welcome you into the fold. But you're gonna have to step up your morality, integrity game. Right? Step it up a little bit. That's fine. You're welcome into our community, but you're gonna have to act with integrity. You got to be willing to stand by your beliefs. You got to be willing to say what you mean and mean what you say. No more backbone made of cream cheese. We're not going to do that anymore, Trisha. And we're not going to call you Trisha. Your name is Trisha. Okay, it's like Megan's name is Megan. It's not Megan. That's not okay, Megan. Can't do that, right? Me. No, not doing it anymore. No. Okay. All right, people. Lauren is exploiting the Mormons too. Yeah, she exploits everything and everyone. It's obscene. I'm a part of the subreddit ran by Breakfast and I. Kylie, I didn't know that about you. That's wonderful. Was theorizing there that Mindy would not have put his name on her official statement there unless he gave her permission, and she ended up responding to me, and she said that he will come out and speak about it in his own time. Take that how you will. No, I believe that John DeLynn was, I think he was incredulous at Lauren's words, the stories that she was telling. I don't think he believed her. Now, how does he feel about what she did to the family of Charles Vallow? I don't know, but I think there's a lot of really good people that have seen real evidence and are pretty horrified that Lauren and John have done what they have done. I think there's a lot of us. A lot. The only holdouts are Trisha and Megan. And they're still hanging on. They're still saying, but I want some of those 300,000 subscribers. I want them. And when Lauren loses her channel, they're going to come to Web Sluice. backbone of cream cheese. You got to grow a backbone, Trisha. If you want to be a part of the bitchin' pizza eating quilting club of YouTube true crime, you got to grow a backbone. You can't come over here and hang out with the cool kids unless you grow a backbone. All right, Trisha, you work on that. Come on, you can do it. Megan, you're out. We don't want you. Stay away. Never. Megan, you are nasty. You literally told Kresha to go to copyright school, Megan. You sit on a throne of lies, Megan. You are not wanted. No. The bitchin' pizza eating quilting club of true crime does not want you, Megan. No. But Trisha, she was on Geraldo. She has potential. All right. I'm personally going to welcome her into the bitchin' pizza eating quilting club of true crime myself. If she can grow a backbone. Grow a backbone, girlfriend. All right. I got to go and quit acting stupid. Okay. You guys are awesome. Thank y'all for being here. I think we're going to Everyday with Jay. I think that's where we're headed right now. And then after Everyday with Jay will be Excited Utterance. Oh my God. Y'all have a good afternoon. Bye.
Oh, Lauren, queen of the screen. With Botox so tight, you look like a dream. But your skin's so thin, it's like tissue paper. One wrong word and poof, you're a vapor. Hey, Lauren, toes all sore and red. From folks stepping on them, now you're crying in bed. People are mean, you wail through the night. But you swing at victims.
See you later, Dr. Bonza.
From YouTube throne, Queen Lauren's so grand. Now cast to the peasants with pitchforks in hand. You dish out the drama, true crime with flair. But cross your highness, oh beware. Family members grieving, you pounce like a cat. Claws out and hissing, imagine that. Botox can't hide that frown upside down. Your kingdom's crumbling, you're losing your crown. Hey, Lauren, toes all sore and red. From folks stepping on them, now you're crying.
Yes, keep an open mind for the truth. Absolutely.
The night, but you swing at victims' skin. What a sight from YouTube throne. Queen
My executive producer wants to say goodbye. Bye from the allegedly innocent executive.
Once upon a
You're the
vid, you ruled
executive
the true
producer.
crime wave.
Tell everybody
Subs in
goodbye.
the millions,
Bye,
I
everybody.
wanna rave. But thin skin and sore toes led to your fall. Now you're scrolling comments ignored by all. Peasant life calls with no royal decree.
Here comes my favorite part.
Bills and reality TV. Hey, Lauren, pack up your crown. The kingdom's a victim.
This
You're
is our
headed
executive
downtown.
board right
Toes
here.
Still aching, tears on your sheets. But hey, next adventure, true crime on the street. From queen to the fields with the mud and the muck. Lauren, oh Lauren, next time, better luck. Apologize, Lauren, to victims of our.
Okay, me and the executive producer, we need to go strategize, okay? I will see you guys over at Jay's. Bye.